This video will talk about the Layout tab of the Field Properties dialog box. Again, you can access the Field Properties dialog box by clicking on a field and right-clicking and going to the Field Properties option. Another way of accessing it is to click on the Field Properties button up on the toolbar, which is the hand over the ruler. Now in the Layout tab, you have the ability to control the horizontal position of the text in the field and the vertical position of the text and the rotation using these top three options here. Currently I have my sample text in the field set at left and bottom. If I made it center bottom, then you can see that it moves over our right bottom, then it moves to the right, and at the bottom we can go center, and it will be centered in the field. We could make it top, left, and so forth. So there are many, several options you can do to manipulate the text within this field. The other option is the rotation. You can turn the text 90 degrees where it will begin at the bottom and then go vertical. 180 degrees, the text is basically upside down. 270 is coming from starting at the top and then going down. So you have those different options as needed. In my experience, most of the time I leave the rotation at 0 degrees. Okay, so the next section has two areas where you can change the borders of the field and the margins of the field. The border is defined as the blue line around the field when you've selected it, and you can increase the width of it so that it can be thicker or thinner as desired by changing using the up and down arrows. The margins are defined as the space between where the border ends and the text begins, and so you can change the margins for the field by using these arrows here. Finally, we have at the bottom of the dialog, you can set options for line format. Using the number of fields, you can set how much an indent you wish to have on the first line, the amount of lines per inch in the field, and the maximum number of lines in the field, as well as the maximum number of characters allowed per line. A little note, best practice for the maximum field here is that if you want the text to extend beyond the first line and you don't want to limit it, then just kick this down to 0 and it will allow the text to wrap around and fill up the field. Otherwise, if you do want to limit it in some way, then you can increase the lines of the maximum lines you can get in a field. But if I'm going to do that, I usually kick it down to 0.